evening, everyone, and
It should not be
welcome to tonight's episode of Triggered. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Furman. Adam, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great myself. Gotta get
Hey, sorry, I didn't mean to punch you in the head. I meant to fist bump you.
Yeah, try that again. Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. I just...
Oh.
It never gets old.
Got a good show for you folks tonight. Lots of things have happened in the last couple weeks, but we're here to present them all to you. So sit back, relax, get yourself an ice cold beverage, and let's get into the show. We happen to be coming to you live from. Hold on a second. I gotta check something real quick. What is the name of the show tonight, Adam? Adam, what is the name of the show tonight?
You did not tell me. I don't know.
After these messages, we'll be right back. The name of the show tonight is Get Ready for Some Fun! Woo! Because we're going to be having some fun since we're coming to you live straight from the razor wire soaked Rio Grande, where migrants are being massacred by the millions by the unlawful acts of a tyrannous governor murdering children. Humanitarian genocide of the migrant peoples coming to this great land for trying to get a leg up, an opportunity. Give us your poor, or whatever it says on the Statue of Liberty. But we'll get into that. But yeah, that was something that happened. There's been a kerfuffle. A little bit of a...
Yeah, this is about making Mexico pay for the border wall, right? Are we past that?
Border wall? No, I don't know.
Just dumping miles of razor wire into the Rio Grande.
Oh, Adam.
Fish can't even swim in it because...
Adam. How dare they? How dare they cut up those people with the razor wire that they laid passively along the Rio Grande?
it's like grape shot.
Yeah.
But with no one there.
They should probably just put autocannons on the border there. Do not approach. If you pass this line and it's like a line of white gravel, you will be shot. And then they just have a guy with a machine gun there.
When I see someone says something like that, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you want millions of people murdered?" He's like, "It only happened twice before people got the clue."
Yeah, I'm guessing no one would. First, I don't think that anybody would try it, but when the first guy did try to call that bluff and he got his face blown off, there wouldn't be a second guy.
No, they can't stop all of us.
Yeah. You see him laying out claymores as that guy's like giving a speech. We must stick together. They can't stop all of us. And you just see in the background the National Guard guys like dutifully setting up claymore mines and machine gun nests. And they're like, we can make it if we all work together.
Weapons check.
Oh. I don't know.
Outrageous.
I'll write that one down for the comedy show.
Have you ever sent your child through through a razor wire?
First off, that's none of your damn business. Number one. Number two, there's a trick to it.
First off,
they're small, so they can make it through. So, you don't have to worry about it.
their weight against the actual razor does not actually cause the puncture of the skin.
Yeah, well, they can crawl through the coils. So
Yes.
there's actually a way you're supposed to set it up where it's like two spools and they like coil together alternately, so there is no gaps. I don't know. There's an art to razor wiring an area apparently.
Yeah, you can see it at any correctional facility or whatever.
I've only been to one of those.
Me too.
It smelled bad.
Yeah, same with the one I was in.
I think we went to that together.
Were we locked up together? Oh wait, sorry. I don't want to
No.
imply anything. I don't want any defamation against me brought on by you. I don't want any defamation claims.
Oh, you want me to sue you for defamation?
I don't want you to sue me for defamation.
Oh, that's good. I would never do that. I would dream of suing you for Scanner Radio, Scanner Radio, Scanner Radio. Oh. Scanner Radio.
Like the falsetto there was
1300 block of North 9th. Quincy Fire Department requesting barricades for a partial collapse of the roadway. And someone very recently was just telling me that they thought the roads were in fine conditions in town. Nary a pothole. He said he had not seen a single one. Well, I'm slaloming through 6 foot wide ones as I'm trying to get to work with my rental car in one piece.
That's not a pothole though. Like you said, potholes. And the thing is what that is, that's like the road just washed away. It's gone.
Yeah, that's half the roads I drive through to get to work every day.
They just replaced all the 18th Street.
They didn't. But the part they replaced is very nice. The parts they didn't replace are literally falling apart more and more every day. I don't even know how it happens. It's got to be like the snow plows. Just like ripping up stuff.
It's the freeze thaw cycle. Don't worry about it.
I don't think the freeze thaw cycle rips 6 foot sections out of the top of the pavement. Is what I'm saying to you. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
There's just like giant chunks of the road surface missing.
It's just gone.
Yes. And I'm like,
it's gotta be the plows.
So I think that it's just those negligent plow drivers.
Yeah, we should just go back to constructing roads with brick.
I think that might be worse. I think that modern asphalt roadways are a miracle of modern technology.
Is that now any schmuck who go to Lowe's and replace those bricks, it costs they're like 50 cents a brick. You could repair it for like $50.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
If you have a section of road that's made of bricks,
yeah,
and that section of road is gone.
Okay.
You can then just like the guy with the swamp castles in Monty Python. You could just put more brick on it.
Yeah. Couldn't you just put some new asphalt down on it? If it was an asphalt road?
Is there new asphalt down there?
New asphalt down where?
Under there?
Underwear? I'm saying it's the same thing. If they could replace the bricks, they could replace the asphalt if someone was just doing it. So they're just not doing it. But it's really vexing me.
I can do it for $35 an hour.
Well, you need to hire 6 guys at $35 an hour while 2 guys work, and the other 2 guys are on break, and then the 2 guys
and the other 2 are supervising.
Yeah. Anyway, Mayor Troop, get on it. I'm tired of this disgustingness. Look what's happened. The roads are so bad, people are trying to drive their cars across the electric lines.
What is going on?
523.
I don't even see that.
523 North 66th. A vehicle hit a guy wire, knocking the power out. No injuries. Adams County Sheriff's Department and TTFD en route. It's a guy whose car is on 2 wheels driving up the guy wire to the power pole here.
Strange place to go.
It's how bad the roads are, Adam. This guy had to escape them any way he could. He had to drive in the ditch and he didn't see the guy wire. Ooh, what? Scanner posted a map. I don't know. It's like out west of town on 104. East of town on 104. It's even, he's even posted a Wikipedia article on what a guy wire is.
Sweet.
Ooh, and Amanda Keck posted a video. Well, that must have been where the still came from. Wild. Sorry, guys. Too much RAM, not enough Dodge.
That was good.
Adam.
Yeah.
The boom.
I'm here. Wait, what?
We need to talk about the booms.
Oh, the booms. Of course you said booms.
Boobs. You gotta talk about the boobs. Inbox. Several reports. A sonic boom was heard from 36th and Payson Road to Front Street. In Palmyra, too.
Yeah,
Hannibal, too. I didn't hear or feel it when I'm in the
Maybe
Hannibal.
they were heard. Maybe maybe they were heard all around this area. I heard it.
Here, thought it was an explosion. Over by Ohio also. It shakes our house. Shook our house. What was it? No one knows. There's no information. Heard it on 5th and Elm.
Yeah, we heard it. I thought my kid was just so in trouble for a couple minutes. I thought he did something.
Thought something
upstairs.
fell on my house. Definitely not a sonic boom.
Oh, what?
There was a UFO by 7th and State. Saw it fly by my camera.
Oh, sick.
They will.
Oh, jeez. I thought it pulled.
Anyway, there is still no information about these mysterious booms that have shook everyone's homes who they thought was an explosion, but there's like no description of what it is.
It is it.
It is it. What's it? This is it. What's it? This is it. You want it now, but you can't have it.
It was the greatest songs of 1992.
It's on 2916 Broadway. Hardy's East, intoxicated subject in the closet. QPD and round.
No fights. No fights. Because it's been too cold.
This was when it was cold. Exactly. This guy was just trying to get out of the cold. I don't know why he was in the Hardy's closet or how he would get into it. But he was.
Tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet.
He'll come out of the closet when he's ready, Adam. No one should force anybody out of the closet.
That was a comment?
No, that's what my comment is. He'll come out of the closet when he's ready, is what this guy said. GOA. Gone on arrival. I guess after they called the cops, they're like, call the cops on you, buddy. And he's like, oh, no. Okay, I gotta go.
What closet? The closet at Hardy's?
At Hardy's, they're the closet. Something. I don't know, man. Adams County Jail inmate escapes while performing community service. That's right. Adams County Jail inmate escapes while he was out. Anthony Grutens had escaped while performing community service as part of the Work Alternative Program. This is just more proof that these alternate routes of serving your time just don't work.
No, Zach. He was in jail.
He was
just on a work program.
Yeah.
And he just decides to run.
That's right. He was serving 120 days.
Oh no! This guy deserves prison time.
Well, he's now going to face the charge of escape.
This guy, he's dangerous. He doesn't even know self-preservation.
Well, there's something going on, and I don't know, there's something wrong with this guy. He was involved in a standoff with Quincy police in 2019 and briefly escaped from Blessing Behavioral Center after being taken into custody.
Oh, come on, dude.
In 2022, he pled guilty to charges of burglary and aggravated assault with a firearm, yet he was only serving 120 days in jail.
I want to reiterate, this guy deserves prison time. He needs to be locked up. He's a menace to society.
Anyone with information on Noak's location, contact the Adams County Sheriff's Office. Please and thanks. Oh, just like that murderer guy. Huh?
Are we getting to him next?
This guy? 35 years in death of Arian Hoffman. Guy was convicted of murder most foul.
Yeah, we've had a lot of murder cases recently.
Well, this guy was apparently found guilty of shaking a baby to death. So, depending on however you feel about that kind of thing.
Yeah. Wasn't this baby 2 years old?
I think it's 2 months old.
Oh. I thought it was 2 years. I obviously cannot read.
No, it was in a different article that I read it. Yeah, but he got only 35 years, not life in jail.
No, not life.
So he did it, but he doesn't get life in jail for shaking a baby to death. Shaking Ariane, 20 years, Bernard Close, David Cerner, come on.
You're probably right.
I don't
Makes
know.
more sense. I've been seeing. See, I thought that I've been seeing infant, but I thought that they were just. I thought it was like prosecutor, just trying to do a prosecute. I mean, come on. It's like you're already like you're responsible. Like you killed the kid, anyways. You know what I mean? I thought it was the prosecutor trying to get it sound more harsh.
No, I bet they were probably trying to use a like Sid's defense or something like that. Part of the problem with SIDS existing. No, it was a 3-year-old child. No, that's different. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna say I'm
Yeah.
right.
Anyways. Yeah. Whatever. Like I said, you're probably right. I thought it was. Like I said, I thought they were the child was 2 years old.
Well, with the rising rates of child infant deaths, or wait, no, sudden child death syndrome, and sudden adult death syndrome, SADS, that it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to make those sorts of defenses in those situations if it was an older child anyway. But yeah, you can never know, and so you're left with a forensic examination of the body and with autopsy results that could point to two different things. It could just be SIDS. I don't know. We don't know what causes all these kids to die. Or
yeah.
So you see these cases a lot where it's like experts are fighting about what the evidence shows, and now someone's got to go to jail because someone's at fault for killing a baby. You can't just let it be a thing. So I don't know. I get mixed feelings about these shaken baby convictions sometimes. It's like this. Say you were at a Bergman department store in 1986. Bergman.
I forgot about Bergman's.
And you happen to be browsing the ladies' women's wear section when a woman catches your eye. And you say hello and make nice conversation and go about your way. And then 30 years later, you're president of the United States. And when you're president of the United States, the person points a finger at you and says, 30 years ago at Bergman Dorfman's department store in the women's section, Donald Trump sexually assaulted me in the changing room. Anybody see it now? Do you have any proof? No? Do you even remember what you were wearing or anything else about the face of the day? I don't remember anything about it, except for that this is what happened to me. Mr. Trump, what do you have to say? Didn't happen. Wouldn't be me. Have you seen her? OMG.
He was... Oh, man. He was... Jeez. Zach, he even kind of went out and he just... I can't remember exactly the clip, but he even was just kind of like, she has a husband and nothing against him, but...
And then the jury will be like, oh, sounds good, millions of dollars to Ms. accusations. And you're like, all right. That doesn't seem fair, but okay. If she's like, oh, by the way, here served. You got a new lawsuit. Who's suing me now? It's like, that same lady. What is she suing me for? Well, you said to everybody that you didn't do it.
You defended yourself.
You said that she lied and that it wasn't true what she was accusing you of. And because you called her a liar, it hurt her feelings and her reputation, and it was bad. And so we're going to make punitive damages, and we're going to assess $83.3 million in defamation damages against you, sir. Good day. Maybe next time you'll learn your lesson and not be such a bad orange man. This came down today. Justice served. It is pretty wild. Pretty wild to think, Adam, that the guy that just won the Republican New Hampshire primary by nine percentage points was shown by a preponderance of the evidence to a jury to be a rapist.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
And they're like, everyone's just like, man, who cares? We're rolling. This is what's happening.
It's not like that. It's that. Kind of along the line you said. It's like that. What's the Anchorman clip where Will Ferrell's just like, and I don't believe you. It's just.
I don't believe you.
That's I think that's the case. I think it's I don't believe you, and I also don't care.
Yeah, I think that's what it's coming down to. But Donald Trump,
even the liberals in New Hampshire.
That's right. They elected Donald Trump to they voted for him in the New Hampshire primary to give him 11 delegates. In the meantime, this is our election update, by the way. In the meantime, Ron DeSantis has left the race, leaving it a heads-up battle between Nikki Haley and Donald Trump. Donald Trump pulled... It was only 9 points in New Hampshire, though, so, it's not a big gap, nothing that she can't overcome. Let's just check the polls real quick. Oh no. That's a 27-point Trump lead. And if you look at the January 24th of likely voters, but this is just in South Carolina too, 27-point lead for Trump in South Carolina.
Oh, in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Is that where she's from? Like politically?
I don't know.
Or is she North Carolina?
I don't know. I don't know where she's from. I don't want to know. She's got no shot.
No, it's one of those. It's one of those. She was like governor, wasn't she?
Governor of what state? Nikki Haley, governor of what state? Nikki Haley was the South Carolina's first female governor. You were correct. Yes, that's right. Nikki Haley is down 27 points in her home state. Awesome. And in a total Republican primary poll, Trump is up 63 points, 81 to 18.
Yikes.
Not only that, but in every poll this week, going back to the 21st, Trump leads Biden in a head-to-head presidential election by no less than 1 point. That was the closest one of these. The Susquehanna polling research of 745 likely voters had Biden up by 8, and that was the only one in this past week. Now, you gotta watch out, though, because there's a dark horse, my friend. A dark horse candidate. That's right. Bobby Kennedy Jr. is in the race. And recent poll that is unnamed. And no metrics associated with it and no links to the poll shows that Bobby Kennedy is polling at 22% support in a hypothetical three-way presidential race. None of those polls are mentioned here. In fact, the recent one from Reuters has him at 8%. in a three-way contest.
Okay. Oh, okay. 8. 8 they meant 8, not 22. Zach.
Of registered voters.
Common mistake.
Of all 1,250 adults polled, he was also at 8%. So consistently 8% support.
Yeah, they just nearly tripled the number there.
And if we go back to the 21st, he was polling 12% in the Messenger-sponsored Harris X poll. But I don't know. Hard to say. Old Gary Johnson used to pull this stuff too. He's like, I had one poll where I was at 15%. That means you have to let me debate. And they're like, we're changing those rules. But I don't think we'll have to worry about it this time because I don't believe there will be any debates at all.
No, I don't think there'll be any. I don't think there'll be any debates. Just like last year or last. I mean, I don't even think there were. Were there any 2020 debates?
Yes. You don't remember the Joe Biden, Donald Trump cringe fest? I couldn't watch it. It caused me physical pain to try to listen to those guys.
No, I thought that they were. No way. Did that actually exist? I thought it didn't, because I thought that there was I thought for COVID reasons they didn't do them.
Well, you're wrong.
Hey, look. I don't feel that strongly about it, Zach. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's just wild. I thought that there was we can't do this because of COVID.
There were 3 presidential debates. I don't know what to tell you.
That's crazy to me because
looks like one was canceled. So I guess there were 2 that ended up happening. That sounds right.
Okay. Maybe I just extrapolated the other ones.
I don't know. I didn't.
Wasn't as entertaining as the 2016 ones, apparently.
Against Hillary?
Defaulted to Rosie O'Donnell.
What didn't he in Trump poll Paula Jones or whoever into the debate?
No, not just her. She and one of the debates, he had all of the Clinton accusers.
Yeah.
Front row seats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is making.
But Zach, it was like. It was. What a time to be alive, Zach.
He might be really. He might be the best to ever do it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even.
I just wish he wasn't such a awful human. And I could enjoy him when he does these things.
You like to have your lizard people pretend that they're human.
No, I'd like to have a non-lizard. Can I have a non-lizard?
Best we can do is full masks on.
I'll never let you down.
It's like you didn't even need to smile, dude. You know, it could have been just and I won't let you down, and then that's it.
I'll never let you down.
Down. Sorry, bro.
And his forked tongue slips out. Oh my gosh. What's with all these lizard people running for office?
You could have just been and you know what? I won't let you down. That's it. Boom.
Adam.
Nope.
Adam. You don't know. When you're a politician, you have to be super cringe and terrible.
People respond better if you smile. Smile. Oh, no. You're doing it wrong. No, please stop. Why are you still smiling?
Am I doing it right? I'm very happy to be here today to talk to you about my candidacy.
You didn't even have to be happy with it. Like, that's the thing. It's like, oh, people respond well when you have a red tie. We've done studies.
There's focus
Yeah.
group. Focus group. They like it when you smile like a like a Komodo dragon. Oh.
Well, that's the thing. I think that they did is they just went like, hey, people like when other people smile, so do it. And rather than just like looking at, like, the dude got governor. How did he do that? He met with people before, right? you can't just be like, hey, do what you did before when you're talking to people, you know, and act normal.
He never acts normal. Have you ever listened to any of his speeches before the election started? He's very like robotic and terrible at speaking in public.
Hey, you know what? That's fine too.
It's not fine.
You can just not have a good public speaking thing.
Yeah, and you can't be president. That's also fine.
That's not true.
If you're president, you need to be able to move me to want to kill communists.
To kill what?
You can't motivate me to kill communists by crying. That makes me hate you. A man should not cry in public like that.
No,
a man should weep. Weep if he's been stabbed or something and he's suffering and dying.
I want to kill communists. Yes.
He should be like, when his child is born or dies. He should weep then. These things should make a man weep. He shouldn't cry because our enemies.
Wait. Should you set up a photo op when your family member dies? Stage a photo op with maybe in the hospital room. Maybe dress up your injured family members.
Yeah. You want to do that if you're a lizard. You want me to hate you. You don't want to do that if you're a human being.
Okay, well, good thing we don't have anyone in leadership that has done that.
Yeah, awesome. Very good. Very cool.
Don't Google that, guys.
Now, I'm a bit of a weeper. I get a little blubbery. This is why I'll probably never be president. Because I can't get up there and talk about how we need to murder the communist Chinese and in their beds at night.
You just start crying on how beautiful it is.
Yeah. And it's Christmas, and we cross the Yangtze River in boats and murder them in their sleeps. Oh, it's so beautiful.
It wouldn't be like a lack of an inspiration, Zach. It'd be like that scene in The Wedding Singer with John Lovitz, where he's like, oh, this man has lost his mind.
And I am reaping all of the profits. Oh, yeah. No, it was right after Adam Sandler sang "Somebody Kill Me Please," which I played solo on electric guitar at a talent show in college. Got third place in that talent show and earned $150.
I've known you for over 10 years, and I don't think I've known that. I don't know if I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty cool. There was this one guy who was in the talent show, and he thought that he was. Anyway, he was a decently talented singer and guitar player, but he didn't get any places. And he was very mad that I had won third place. Anyway, I drank that money down faster than you could say. You put the lime in the coconut, you put them both together. Put the lime in the coconut, you drink them both up. And I said, Doctor,
Are you having caffeine this late at night?
Adam, are you my mother? You trying to tell me what to do?
Zachary P. Clark! How dare you do this, Zachary P. Clark?
You trying to tell me my business?
Zachary Patrick Clark, so you know you shouldn't be having caffeine after 3 o'clock p.m.
I am out of ice, sad day. But we're just gonna make this work.
Yeah, don't worry, folks. He's not going to like that. his mother would be upset with it.
Oh, no. Anyway, you might not have heard this, but the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, has mobilized the Texas National Guard to secure the southern border with Mexico and stem the tide, the migrant tide, the mongrel tide flowing across.
Oh, no.
That's right. And in order to secure it, he is putting down all of the razor wire. The Texas National Guard continues to hold the line in the Eagle Pass and also occupy several federal buildings along the border. Texas will not back down from our efforts to secure the border in Biden's absence. To which Elon Musk, the CEO of X, says, good. Yes, it's good. It's good that Texas is doing this. Wait, what's this? I just received word that there was a Supreme Court case. Adam, the Supreme Court found that what Texas was doing is not legal. In fact, the states have no legal authority to secure their borders against immigrants or to otherwise restrict commerce with foreign states or amongst the several states. It's almost like that was a key passage within the Constitution of this country. When we join the Union, you give up the right to control immigration and commerce.
Oh, okay. Wait, that sounds weird. Because I know a few examples.
Tell them to me. Give it to me straight into my veins.
I know a few examples of controlling interstate commerce. The states do.
States?
The states do?
There's a thing called the Dormant Commerce Clause. It's a exclusionary provision wherein state action that even inadvertently regulates commerce between the states is unconstitutional. It's illegal to do.
So, like, if you were to
try to have your railroad tracks be a different gauge than the railroad tracks in the other states, so that if a train wanted to come into Illinois, it would have to use a different train because those trains from Iowa or whatever can't come in our train tracks. And then it would be like, what you're doing is you're effectively regulating the trains from Iowa. And you're not allowed to do that. Get wrecked.
But what if it's just for within the state of Illinois?
Oh, intrastate. Oh, even if you try to do that, if it has an impact on interstate commerce or commerce between the states or in an aggregate effect, could, not does, but could possibly, if it done by a lot of people, that also implicates interstate commerce and can be regulated and prohibited by the federal government.
Wait a second, because that could be anything.
Now you're getting it.
Even if you mine the ore of a spoon, like metal, you mine silver ore, iron ore, nickel ore, you forge it into a spoon, and the company that you do, I don't know, let's just say it excludes certain ethnicities from being hired. You're telling me that would have an impact on interstate economics?
Yeah. Now you're getting it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Well, I'm saying it doesn't sound right to me either. But that's what the law is. And so, technically, illegal.
It actually sounds like it's different from majority of what the law was.
Well, that's fine and dandy with me, and I
180
agree
years.
that the law ought to be changed. But some people think that it's currently illegal. Dun, 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 dun. Despite what the Supreme Court might have said, despite what legal scholars say, and despite everything else, Governor Abbott is defying those orders, and he issued a statement. And this statement reads as follows. I will read this entire thing.
You will or you won't?
I will. The federal government...
Geez.
The federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. That doesn't make sense, but that's fine. We'll keep going. The executive branch of the United States has constitutional duty to enforce federal laws protecting the states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is that he has smashed records for illegal immigration. Despite having been put on notice in a series of letters, one of which I delivered to him by hand, President Biden has ignored Texas's demand that he perform his constitutional duties. Okay, so far, I just want to give you a little rundown here. The federal government has violated the compact and is violating the law, and the President of the United States is refusing to carry out his duty. The leader and chief executive of one of the largest states in the country has petitioned him several times, and including in person, to please stop doing this specifically articulated things that you are doing incorrectly and in violation of your responsibilities under the Constitution. All right. This is what he says. President Biden has violated his oath of faithfully executing the immigration laws enacted by Congress. I don't know why we suddenly care about this provision, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Instead of prosecuting immigrants for federal crime of illegal entry, President Biden has sent his lawyers into federal court to sue Texas for taking action to secure the border. Those are two different things. And because of the way the asylum laws are written, you can't just deport people. Their entry isn't even determined to be illegal until like years after they come to the country because of the way it's set up currently. So, President Biden has instructed his agencies to ignore federal statutes that mandate the detention of illegal immigrants. The effect is to illegally allow them en masse parole into the United States. That's right. They don't have facilities or resources in order to detain them, and plus part of the plan is just to have them do whatever they were going to do here in the first place for the intervening years before they're heard on their asylum claims. By wasting taxpayer dollars to tear open Texas's border security infrastructure, President Biden has enticed illegal immigrants away from the 28 legal entry points along the state's southern border, bridges where nobody drowns, and into dangerous waters of the Rio Grande. This is 100% true, and I don't understand the position of the federal government by allowing entry along the unguarded border when the same rules apply and asylum claims can be pressed when you enter on a road over a bridge with a gate and a guard, as opposed to dangerously through razor wire.
You get apprehended afterwards. Either way,
yes.
You get detained in some form or fashion and processed.
Yeah. And usually, I think the way that the Border Patrol's been ordered to handle this is just to give them a summons. They have to appear at their court date in 90 days or whatever.
Yeah, which they do.
Obviously, once you're just in here without any way to monitor you or any way to technically confirm your identity, I'm sure you just show up to court when the paper says to.
Yeah, with your child that came with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is 100% your child.
100%. No way to confirm that anyway. We just have to rely on what you tell us.
100% your 12-year-old daughter.
Under President Biden's lawless border policies, more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed our southern border in just 3 years. That's more than the population of 33 different states in this country. This illegal refusal to protect the states has inflicted unprecedented harm on the people all across the United States. That's 6 million illegal immigrants in 3 years. 2 million a year. James Madison. Oh, now we're evoking the founders. Okay, James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, and the other visionaries who wrote the U.S. Constitution foresaw that states should not be held to the mercy of a lawless president who does nothing to stop external threats like cartels smuggling millions of illegal immigrants across the border. Now, this is interesting because if there were cartels doing human smuggling, they could totally stop those guys. So I don't know what he's even objecting to with that one. Human trafficking is a state crime. You could punish those guys and put them in prison forever.
Yeah, but, you know, the federal government hasn't encountered any of those.
Adam, if he's saying that it's the federal government's job to stop these guys, and he's not allowed to do it other than these extraordinary actions he's taking, that's just not true. He can stop that. He has authority to do that. Certainly.
Does he? Does he?
Does he? Does state law
he gives them their 90-day summons, right?
That's a different thing. If you have probable cause to suspect that these people are doing crimes, and I'm going to suggest to you one thing here. If you are crossing the border illegally, under the pretense of asylum, but not at a regular entry point, I'm going to immediately say that has probable cause that you are doing state crimes. And I'll just put all those guys in jail. But for whatever reason, we're not doing that. Don't let me poke too many holes.
None of them are doing that?
Don't let me poke too many holes in this guy's story.
Yeah. Obviously, you are a federalist through and through.
Yes,
love the federal government, Zachary.
Yeah, you know me. That's why
that's what it sounds like.
That's why the framers concluded both Article 4, Section 4, which promises that the federal government shall protect each state against invasion, and Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3, which acknowledges the state's sovereign interest in protecting their borders, and also a Scalia dissent. Why didn't he cite the majority opinion there? Who's to say?
Because Scalia obviously is the correct voice in that, whatever it was.
Not that I disagree, but that the standing law of the land is dictated by Supreme Court opinion dissents.
Again, all I hear is, yay, federal government, coming from Zachary Clark's mouth.
The failure of the Biden administration to fulfill the duties imposed by Article 4, Section 4 has triggered Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3, which reserves to the states the right of self-defense. For these reasons, I have already declared an invasion under Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3 to invoke Texas' constitutional authority to defend and protect itself. That authority is the supreme law of the land and supersedes any federal statutes. To the contrary, the Texas National Guard, the Texas Department of Public Safety, and other Texas personnel are acting on the authority as well as state law to secure the Texas border. You know what's insane, Adam? Insane to me is that if you read the first paragraph and the first part of the second to last paragraph, it might lead you to believe that what this letter was to conclude with was, in the course of human events, there comes a time when you must depart from the political bonds that once bound you together.
Wait a second. This sounds familiar.
But then he just said, but actually I am legal under the law that I say that you have broken irreparably. And according to the law that you've broken and disregarded and don't respect, I do respect it, and it's still the law that governs us, even though I've already declared that we live in a state where the law no longer governs.
Yeah, it's
So, what are
was
we
a
even
way
doing?
to. It seems to me to be an attempt to turn back time.
If I could turn back
At some
time,
point, we strayed away from what the founders intended,
if I could find a way,
and this is the
I'd take back
all
all
the garbage
words
regulations and rules and statutes you passed over the past 20 years
that had hurt
don't
you,
hold water.
and you'd say, if I could reach the stars, I'd give them all to you. But you'd only want one, 'cause you're Lone Star. You're the state of Texas. No, it's dumb. It's really aggravating to me, because if you believe those things, if he really believed those things he wrote in the letter, he would have said, and I have convened the Texas legislature, and today we took a vote to secede from the United States.
Okay, Zach. Okay, so this was a nothing burger. This was a nothing burger.
Nothing
right?
happened.
And everyone looked at this and said, "This is stupid. Just ignore Texas."
Yes, everyone except for former presidential candidate Ron DeSantis, who says if the Constitution really made states powerless to defend themselves against invasion, it wouldn't have been ratified in the first place, and Texas would have never joined the Union when it did. Texas is upholding the law while Biden is flouting it. And
Wait a second. Former presidential candidate. Wait, isn't he also a governor of a state too?
Yes, and governor of the state of Florida.
Okay.
See, and this is because they are using a strategy to craft a legal argument when they already lost this legal argument in the Supreme Court. This is nonsensical. Florida will keep assisting Texas with personnel and assets. So, Florida and Texas have pledged to battle, at least some sort of legal battle, against the federal government. But they weren't the only ones.
Oh, they weren't the only ones.
No, this map shows the border crisis and the Great Divide. These grayed out states here, nations.
No, you had it right the first time. You had it right the first time. See, I knew. You just wish there was one state, and it was the United States.
No, I wish that this here, right here, was Illinois. And I wish Illinois was its own nation amongst this balkanized mass. Although we all know that this would all turn into one thing, and this would all turn into one thing, and this would all turn into one thing, and this would all turn into one thing. I don't know. I bet this stays balkanized, but maybe this stuff here. This stuff sort of turns into one thing.
I cannot see a single thing that you're doing.
I'm drawing my circle around stuff. So, like, you have Oregon, Washington, and part would be, like, its own thing. And then you'd have, like, eastern Washington, Oregon, and, like, past the Cascades and part of Montana. And this would be its own thing. And talking about how it would balkanize itself. Yeah. Well,
Great Lakes states would be the same.
They would all come under our boot.
The greater Mississippi Empire.
The state of Greater Illinois would capture all of Wisconsin, the Upper Peninsula, and
utilizing just the Chicago Police Department
and my 1 million urban youths that I recruit from the poor parts of those cities. Yeah, 100%. But these states have come out, at least their chief executives have stated support for Texas. And specifically supporting the federal government are the places in blue. So we have New York and California, so only 2 states. And undeclared is everyone else, and they haven't specifically said anything. Democratic governors also, so that might tell you where this split is falling. They can't come out and specifically say that they support the federal government because their populations think that this border situation. Oh, I guess Hawaii is blue too. Support. They see this border situation, and it is. Everybody says it's terrible. And not only that, but because of the busing and plane rides that the migrants have been getting, people are like, oh, this is terrible. They came to Chicago. And I'm like...
they're taking our job.
Why are there so many Hispanic guys showing up on buses? Don't you know? And it's like, I don't know. Can't you guys handle that?
We speak Polish here. We don't speak Spanish.
Just send them all over to Cicero. That's where all those guys live anyway.
Oh no, it's not.
You're telling me that they don't live, that there's not a large Hispanic population in Cicero? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
No, I don't know. I don't know about Cicero. I was thinking of Harvey. And I was thinking you meant Polish. I was like, no, that's not it. So I was several things removed from what you were thinking or intending.
I don't know. I do know that we're running out of time, but I did just want to make this point, and it's very clear to everybody on the ground. They should know that 100% of migrants beyond that razor wire fence were created in the image of God.
Zach, I don't know if you know this. There are a lot of people created in the image of God. So some would say all people, even that guy you hate.
I don't hate anyone, Adam. Couldn't be me. But here at the end of the show, we must check in with our good friend Ice-T. Ice-T, good friend of the show, with our ice cold fact of the week, coming to you straight from Ice-T himself. Ice cold facts: some of the best advice I've been given. Don't take criticism from people you would never go to for advice. Ice cold fact. That's right. And if you've got an opinion, you can shove it right up. Hey! Well, that's our show.
Don't go to anyone for advice.
That's our show, folks. We really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, smash like, subscribe, and share it with all of your friends. You can follow us on social media. Adam and I are on Twitter at Adam S. Furman and at Zachary W_Clark, respectively. Adam, here at the end of the show, did you have anything that you would like to add?
No, I do not.
Excellent, excellent. Can't wait for you to finish Lord of the Rings so that we can have our Lord of the Rings review episode. Coming to you at some time.
Tune in at the end of 2024.
At the end of 2026. All right. That's the show. That's it. We will see you next time on Trigger.